Hello, we are back. This is now part 1 of the warhammer thing that I'm going to be doing. There will be 3 more parts after this. As I said, we're going to carry on with battle honours. As I said, we completed collect. We got the 2 pins. Very good. And as I said in the previous video, the quickest way to complete them is by buying one of these, or by buying the one that's above this, which is the ultimate starter set, which is £130. If you have to split it between 2 people, so it's £65 each, then it's much better. And then as well, you're completing the very back ones all the way back here that I've been working towards, which is help a friend find the miniatures, help a friend paint the miniatures, and help them build their miniatures. And then as well, you can also do the play together with the other one as well. As well as possibly, if you like, buy a go 50-50 with a book as well. But as I said, we completed collect, so that's done. On to build. We've also completed build. Of course, the first one is the first 2 are easiest. It is visit the website, and then go. Because you can basically do all these right here pretty much at the same time when you buy that box. So watch the video there, ask for some help, done. Ask them how to use the tools, that's another one, done. When you use the when you build, state it just by building model, you get another one. When you build together your commander, so your Terminator or your Tyranid Prime, out of the start set box here, that's another one, done. If you were to build 5 of the units out of this box or more in shop with possibly some help from one of the staff members, or just show them a picture after you've done them or they're not there, that's another stamp, done. Go army by building the 10 or more in reinforcements. Well, this box here contains lots of Tyranids, so right there, all your reinforcements are done. Large miniatures make great centerpieces for your collection. Build your monster or vehicle model to or staff member. Build the psychophage, right there, done. Now for the terrain though, you can't do it with this one here. You would have to buy the ultimate starter set, but because of what I've done, I had terrain a long time before, and that's one of the ones I first ever got done. But then of course, for looking back, you can also do that on the day, like describe what you enjoyed most about when you built your models, but then of course build your way. I chose to do a psychophage. And put loads and loads and loads of Space Marine bits on top of it. You can see a Space Marine head, Space Marine shoulder pad, then of course on the other half here, 2 Space Marine heads, and part of the jumper pack of a Space Marine. So that's all of build done. Now the reward from doing build is this, the build box. This right here is what you can put all your conversion bits in. I have quite a few conversion bits, so I'm just going to go underneath here, underneath my desk, and grab out my box of bits. Pop that there. There. Bring that out. Oops. Now, as I said, this right here is the build box. It's great because of the size of it. It's quite compact. It's also very modular. Yep. Also, this is completely free, by the way. You don't have to pay for this. You get given it once you complete the build. So I can throw that away. So here for the actual build box. I'm now going to open it because I actually haven't looked inside of this yet. This is what you get. You get loads and loads and loads of little things. You can make them like that. You can basically make them whatever size you like. Now, currently I'm using an old tablet dispenser. So I'm going to get all my bits, so Space Marine arm, put it in there. Now for the shoulder pads I have. I can do that later, but it's very, very, very good. It's a hell of a lot better as well than what I had before. Straight up an old tablet case. So place those there. Nearly done, guys. For those two, that's done. I can pop that under there. So this is what you get for build. I'm going to have to move my camera a bit. So you can see that's how it looks, and it's quite tidy in there. Now for ease of display as well, it just snaps shut. I can tip it upside down. I'm now going to open it. And look at that. None of them are mixed up. None of my drawers are mixed up. So that's the build box. Done. Brilliant. So that's what you get for completing build. Now here we are onto part 2. No, not part 2. Sorry, we can just carry this on. So we're going to have 3 parts. Part 0, part 1 and part 2. Okay? So we're going to carry on. So for paint. Okay, for paint. As I said as well, with that box you can pretty much get all the paint done. So paint, you watch the video or ask them with a few tips. Then of course, when you get your test model, you can do, so right there, one already just by asking for some tips and visiting the website. Then another stamp just for straight up doing the test model. And then of course, because of the test model, you can do it as well, another, so it's 2 for 1 thing. That's not without spending any money, that right there actually, because you can give you a free model to first paint with. Then of course, as I said, the 5 or more units done because of that box, the other one done because of that box. Then of course the monster or character, right there in that box there is a psychophage, that's a monster. And then of course your character, you can class that as your captain in Terminator armor or your Tyranid Prime. And then of course, as I said, scenery or terrain piece. In order to do that with one box, you are going to have to buy the ultimate starter set, which is £130. And as I said before in the previous video, if you to split that, in this video, if you to split that in half, then you get £65 each. Not bad. And then of course, that's pretty much all of that, half of it done. And then of course, there's 2 more stamps to get, and then you've got the reward for it. I chose to paint a psychophage and an impulsor. Well, the psychophage, you've seen I've been working on that. It's also right there of how I'm painting my Tyranids to actually be part of my Dark Angels army. And as I said, the lore videos will be coming up soon, so that will explain a hell of a lot more. If you get confused on why there's Tyranids in the army, well, I'm going to explain that very soon in a few videos that will be coming very, very soon. I'm just in the midst of editing them. As I said, today is the 11th, so they'll be out hopefully by the 20th. So as I said, by painting a psychophage and an impulsor, well, my psychophage you've seen with the conversion head parts, while my impulsor is here. I haven't been home, so I haven't been able to touch this at all, but here's what it looks like so far. It's got a Dark Angels banner on it. That's annoyingly difficult. get focus on. Right there's the Dark Angel's banner. And then of course I'll start painting the interior, but not the exterior, besides these little metal bits, but I'm working on that as well. So then, and then of course my paint your way was paint my sarcophage and my impulsor in a similar colour scheme. And I'm now going to just quickly grab the things that are here. So as I said, that then completes paint. Once you complete paint, you get a paintbrush wallet. Here, paintbrush wallet. This as well you don't have to pay for, you get this free once you completed all the paint tasks. As I said, we're on literal fire, and as well I'll be getting a Void Dragon within upcoming this year, hopefully, if they have one in when I go in there to buy one, or it'll be really nice if Games Workshop will send me one. And by the way, none of this right here is they're not a sponsor or anything. I'm just doing this because I like Games Workshop. So if you ever want to do sponsor me Games Workshop, go ahead. It'll just help. It'll just go even further. So this is the paintbrush wallet. It's quite flexible. It's also quite hard here. It keeps your brushes nice. So this right here, I'm going to go grab my brushes. They are also right below me. I have been keeping them in my toolbox that I keep all my hobby tools in. Also, it looks to be like there's a pouch here. I don't know if this is supposed to be for your clippers and your mold line remover and your drill, or for more brushes, but I know for a fact here I can fit my files that are just currently loose underneath my desk inside of a zip tie bag. But here's where your brushes, I know for a fact, do go. Now, I have Citadel brushes as well as other branded brushes, so I'm going to see if it fits more than just Citadel. I've got Royal Sable Hair, Hublot, basically Hubrol, the Airfix brand that are owned by Hornby, so your Airfix kits and things like that, and then of course your Citadel brushes. I'm going to grab out all my Citadel brushes and see how many brushes it can hold on one side. This one right here is an old Citadel one. It's from like 2004 or 5, I think. And then of course I have a few brushes as well that are like quite cheap, Baldermere from the works. So these are the brushes we're going to test. Hello.
Stay talking.
Now to test in the Royal brushes, see if they will fit in the Games Workshop, because they should. After all, the diameter isn't that much different. So, part of the thing, slot it in.
What do you think you're going to be?
I don't know why you want me to stop, because now I'm gonna I can't. Sorry about that. But as I said, look, the Royal brush will fit. This is a large Royal as well, so that's good. Then of course a Baldermere. A large Baldermere also fits. Now, what about my largest actual, one of my largest actual Citadel brushes, which is this. It's a dry brush. I don't really use the big scenery. Look, it fits all three. That's brilliant. Doesn't even have to be Games Workshop for it to fit in the brush wallet. And then of course my little pin vise.
Yeah, that's it.
it fits. So it fits royals. And I'm going to pop those into my Citadel paint pot. I know I forgot to see the hoob roll. Does it fit that? The answer to that is yes. Put these in here. Too badly damaged. Let's take this out. Grab my Citadel's snips and my mold line remover. My 3 nice Citadel brushes that I've kept all the caps on. Let's just pop them in. Here 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 Citadel brushes, my mold line remover with its handle, and just pop that right. So there, look, nice and snug. And of course, my snips, like so, and then finally my pin vise. So there. Now if I'm to seal this up, it will now keep all my brushes nice and safe. I don't have to worry about damaging the tips to them or anything like that now, which is another great luxury. I'm now going to take, I'm going to leave those few in for now. I'm going to leave those in. So that's done. So then, now I ain't going to go through play with you guys because I have not completed play really at all. I've got 1 stamp and that's it. But that's because I haven't ever really been in there long enough to do the game. Because how I've done most of my battle honours is through at home because of I find it easier and more relaxing that way. So I haven't completed any of play besides the first one, which is easy, which is just look up on the website. But for read, I've done read. So one of these here, all you have to do is you can borrow a book from, if you were to, basically first one, you read the 2 extracts that are in here. You read this. Read that, or that. That will be another stamp. That will be a stamp. Now the second one, if you ask them what book they think would be right for you, considering on what style of play you want, that will also be a stamp. Now if you search, basically you can do this on anything. You don't even have to actually buy a book, but just read up on some of the lore on any device, and then talk to them about it and tell them what you love about the history. Then of course check out their website, warhammercommunity.com. There, try one of the range of novels and short story collections available in your store. Wow. Wow. Every year you get if you ask, you will get a free book. It will be called the Black Library Celebration. I've got last year's, I'm yet to get this year's, but it won't be out until New Year's. that's another thing done. Read up on one of your favourite characters from the lore. Well, if you're a fan of the Ultramarines, then read Avenging Sun. There's an extract right here, so you can technically tick that off. If you like, you can technically have some tick that off. Read an issue of a White Dwarf magazine. Well, you don't even have to buy one. You could just look up on Google White Dwarf magazine, or ask a friend to borrow one of theirs, and while you're there, and right there, done. Or ask them to if you can have a peek at one of the White Dwarf magazines that they have behind the counter as well. Try one of the yeah. So that's 5 done. Now catch up with the latest occurrences in the Warhammer settings by reading the lore in a campaign book, rulebook, codex, or battle tome. While you're there, you can actually forget what I just said. When you buy this, you get a campaign book. So just by reading that, all the ultimate starter set, and it will look something probably like this. This is the one for the starter set, the normal starter set. But then of course you have the ultimate starter set. I don't know what that one looks like off the top of my head. But read a bit of that, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 stamps done. And for the the final 2 for read, they are simply looking back, so you can decide what was your favourite thing you've read, or what you've decided what you wanted to research but you never managed to really find a way. And read your way would be to go branch into something new that you haven't tried yet, and that's exactly what I did. I've got all of those stamps. Now once you complete read, you used to get a bookmark, you don't anymore. You get a map. It's a map of the I forgot what it's called, the world for Age of Sigmar and 40k, because that side's Age of Sigmar. I like it. This is like a laminate, and then of course Warhammer 40k, the Imperium of Man. It's very big. Another favourite. So then, so this is part 1. Now I'm going to go into the finale of part 1, and then we're going to go to part 2. Part 2 is an actual product review that is purchasable, and it is also customizable. But here we are onto one of my favourite things. I haven't got the dice yet, because I haven't done play, but James at Games Workshop was kind enough to give me the model case that you get once you complete the Battle Honours, and it looks like this. This is the model case. I haven't looked at this either. Oh, wow. It's like this, it's movable, all the columns are. You can take it out, so if you wanted to use this to just hold your hobby materials and things like that, and you haven't painted any models yet, then this is brilliant as well. But if you've painted models, then it'll be nice and safe in here. There's also a top piece that goes on top of your models that will keep them nice and snug. I'm going to grab, because of what this is right here, good thing I have absolutely tons right above my head. Not a really good place to put them, but I like to see them while I'm painting. And that is Stormcast. You're going to be nice and safe in that. I angle him a little bit. Look at that. Nice and snug. He ain't falling out either. Which is nice. So I'm now going to zip this up. And that was the model case. In fact, now I need to do a few more things with this. I'm going to take all these the padding out and show you the other use for this. Yes, it's the model case, but you can also use it for this. You can fit your build box in here. Your build box fits. Same for your paintbrush wallet. Like that. And then of course you can fit a small painting handle and a large painting handle. Like so. And then you can zip it up. And then of course you have a little bit of room as well to put actual models there. All in one case. Sorry about that. So as I said, it fits all in one case, which is lovely. Pop those there. Put my bits box there. My paintbrush thing down there. Now let's pop foam back in the model case. As I said, it's brilliant. It really is brilliant. So that's the majority of the battle honours. So this will be called Warhammer Part 1 Battle Honours review. So see you in Part 2, guys.